So there are two ways to track conversions, and one of the ways is through Google Ads and setting up Google Ads conversion tracking in your account. The other one is through Google Analytics and setting up goal tracking. The two are similar, but there's quite some big differences, and this is what we're going to be looking at here. Now in Google AdWords, you go under tools, and under measurement you will see conversions. When you click on that, it brings you to this page, and as you can see, I've got multiple conversions there set up. If I wanted, I could set up new ones and start working that way. The disadvantage with Google AdWords conversion tracking is that it's only for Google AdWords, whereas Google Analytics conversion tracking, which is goal tracking, will track all your other channels and the interaction between those channels, which is one of the major differences. So in Google Analytics, I've got some goals set up here, and I can set up to 20 at the moment, and then I can see what actions people are taking on my website. So it's a big difference in how you set them up, but they play sort of similar roles. You can certainly transfer your goals into AdWords and track your AdWords traffic within Google AdWords itself, having set up the goals. The only thing though is you have to make sure your accounts are linked. So your AdWords and your analytics accounts should be linked, and you would do that within this section. And as you can see, my account is linked, and it's the same one we were looking at prior. So when all that is set up, you can then come and set up your goals. So the difference is really in the reporting. Analytics has got much more reports than you would get in Google AdWords. So when you come into your reports, you can see you've got acquisition, behavior, conversions, and you can drill into your traffic and see what's happening for the different actions that people are taking on your website. Whereas in Google Ads, you basically have conversion, and you can certainly look at conversion, cost per conversion, and conversion rate. Those are some of the primary metrics you will have in Google AdWords. But when you set up Google Analytics, you get a lot more acquisition traffic reporting, and you can drill into your traffic and see how people are interacting with your website and your ads. And for example, if I scroll down and come into this, I can see the various goals that are set up, and for each of those I can see how my sources and mediums are performing, and I can look at the conversion rates. So if I wanted, I can change all of that. So the reports in Google Analytics are a lot more advanced than you would get in Google AdWords itself. The other really big difference I like about Google Analytics tracking is that the conversion reporting goes into depth regarding how your PPC traffic and other channel sources are working together. So if we go into multi-channel funnels and top conversion paths, we can see what each channel, the role that it's playing in the conversion tracking. So some channels will assist other channels, and some will be the last click, and people will purchase after seeing that last one. So you can see that interaction between your channels in your multi-channel reports in top conversion paths. And for example, social media tends to play an early role in introducing people to your business, and maybe later people can convert on through PPC and organic. So here I can see, for example, for 2 conversions, the people clicked twice, and they clicked the ads twice and then converted. So this is detailed reporting you won't get if you're only using Google AdWords conversion tracking. So it gives you a lot more information on how your campaigns and your channels are performing. Another advantage of Google Analytics over Google AdWords conversion tracking is the range of different options you have, the categories for the conversions that you can set up. So if we go back to goals, we want to set up a new goal, for example, we just click on new goals, and depending on the industry you're in and what you're doing, we can see different types of actions to set up for your site. So on my site, obviously these are the main sections: revenue, acquisition, inquiry, and engagement. So you've got a wider range to pick from, and you can track these, and you can set up a wide range of different types of actions to track, and that just gives you more information about how your business is performing. And the other difference between AdWords conversion tracking and goal tracking is the code and the tracking that you place on the website. This is a big advantage with Google Analytics, is that for every goal you set up, you won't need to add code to the website as you normally would with AdWords conversion tracking. So for example, so when you first set up your Google Analytics account, there's one code you're going to add, and that's going to track all the pages and is going to be important for setting up the different features for your site and so on. So if we wanted, we could say we want duration, for example, and we go to goals, and you can see this one I can set minutes and seconds. This is stuff that you don't get in Google AdWords, and you won't need to add any tracking code, for example, on it. Another one I'll show you in a minute is, maybe for example, let's try contact us, and you see how we set up a URI. So all you would add is just the uniform resource indicator, and once you add that and you click save, it starts tracking your goals and so on. So definitely always go with analytics goal tracking where possible, because it saves you a lot of time. You don't have to keep adding code, and you get a lot more reports than you would get with just simply Google AdWords conversion tracking.